Hey everyone, welcome to the first devlog for a game, Quest for Redemption, Treplacon Studio's latest project. In this first devlog, we'd like to show and explain a few things regarding the game we're making. The team and I are currently working on an MMORPG. Now, although we know that this particular genre is incredibly difficult to pull off, we still believe and know that we can do it. The reason for this is that we strive to keep the game as small but as modular as possible. This means that we'll be making a small starter area where everything we want in the game in terms of mechanics will be presented. This will allow us to test everything before we go big and make tons of hours of content. Our art style will allow us to work fast and generate lots of content in very little time. We let the textures do all of the detailing. Doing this allows all of the team to work on all the essential mechanics, as adding textures is something that can be done later. We're only 3 weeks in development, but our art department has already been able to create enough assets to build a small village town. At the moment we have over 100 assets in terms of props that we can showcase in this particular devlog, and a diverse range of armor and weaponry is in the works. We've created a character rig with inverse kinematics and created a system of weight paint transferring that allows us to animate different pieces of armor and character models with the same animations. We achieved this in a computational just read it off screen please. Efficient method by splitting the character model into different pieces and assigning different pieces of armor or clothing to each. We're in the process of creating animations for the different classes, as well as enemies such as goats and spiders. We created a couple of sounds for the game, like different types of footsteps for different types of surfaces, as well as other sounds like getting hurt or leveling up. As for the music, we already have a main menu theme, some exploration tracks that will play when exploring certain parts of the map, and a combat track that will activate during encounters with hostile creatures. We'll be implementing this dynamic sound system over the next few weeks. For questing, we have made basic NPCs which are able to have their own quest lines. Anyone from the team who can think of a quest line is able to make one easily through our streamlined process. The quest rewards, criteria, story, descriptions can be completely customized. We've also been working on the class abilities. Right now, the game recognizes which class you choose and gives you the correct abilities. We're currently working on the mage abilities and trying to finish that first before we continue with the other classes. Each ability has a cooldown timer, so we can't spam abilities. Global Game Setting Manager. This is something the developers have made for future proofing. When we want to balance certain skills, damage, abilities, cooldown seconds, or anything you can think of, we're able to easily balance it out. In addition to that, they've also made a small asset in our project where you can change/balance the values for these mechanics. Of course, no MMORPG is complete without proper networking code. So that is why our networking dev has been working on setting up the network logic for a game. An MMORPG typically has world instances in which a group of people can play together. You can go about making this in various ways, but we decided to have a player be able to host their own world and let his friends join that world as long as he's hosting. This comes with a small problem, however, and that is what happens when the host leaves the game, because all the other players are connected to his game. For now we just accept this, but in the future we want to be able to hand the world off to another client so that everyone can just keep playing. He also made a very basic menu with all the bare necessities to develop the game. This includes some setup for character customizer that can be used to modify your character to your liking, because we know a lot of the MMORPG players base like to spend hours customizing their character. The basics for character movement have also been implemented. Currently the player can only move and sprint, but soon we'll add other input actions such as jumping and dodging. Our programmers are hard at work creating this spawning system that will remember players' position when they disconnect, allowing them to resume their adventure from whenever they left. Seamless textures for the terrain have been made by our texture artists so that we could begin painting the environment. Grass, cobblestone, rock and dirt textures have been created so far, as well as floral textures for bushes and blades of grass. To create our textures we use Photoshop and use the offset tool to make the texture seamless. Objects like a bench, fence, food and lots of other props were directly hand painted on to give it a unique touch to the colors. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. We have so much more to show in the next devlog, so for that reason I highly encourage you to subscribe. We'd also really like to know what you guys think of what we've shown today, so please leave a comment as it also really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So for now, goodbye and we'll see you guys in the next devlog.